Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video lesson, I'll be solving different practice questions that cut across different topics in chemistry. Now, if you are preparing to write the JAMB exam, this video lesson is for you because I'll be solving different questions pertaining to different topics in chemistry. So let's get into the first practice question. And the question is, an element X has 127 neutrons and 82 electrons. Its atomic number is, that's the question they're asking us to get. It is very easy. Now watch closely. I'm about explaining something for you which is very, very important. From the question, they said an element X. Let's use this part of the board to explain what I'm talking about. This is the element X. Now, it must be noted here that an element X is symbolized as an atom. And this atom now, they said it is X. It is unknown. I don't know the element that is this. Now, this must be noted. Up here is labeled as A, whereby down here is labeled as Z. Now, this part that is labeled as A, which is this all part of it, has a name. It can be called mass number, or if I don't call it mass number, I can simply call it atomic number. I believe you can see what I'm writing on the board. And if I don't call it atomic number or mass number, I can simply call it another name called nucleon number. But this term is seen in the topic radioactivity more. But let's progress. What do you think I should call Z? Z has its own name, and Z is called atomic number. Please take note. Z is called atomic number. And if I don't call Z atomic number, I will simply call Z proton number. I believe you are following. Now, without much talks, this must be noted. Now, looking at this question carefully, did you see any part of the question that they said this atom or this element is charged? Please, you have to be very careful as you solve questions under this aspect. Now, looking at this particular question, did you see any part of the question they said it is charged? No, that means this element X is neutral. I already have video lessons on how to determine the numbers of protons, electrons, and neutrons. Do well to go check it out. The link will be on the description of this video. So if you don't know how to get the numbers of protons, electrons, and neutrons in a particular element or an atom, do well to go watch that video lesson. But let's get into this question. Now, this must be noted. This particular atom or this particular element in this question, it is neutral. It is what? Neutral. Now, this must be noted. I already said in that video lesson where I taught that for a neutral atom, now, an atom is made up of three important subatomic particles. They are protons, electrons, and neutrons. This is what an atom is made up of. Three important subatomic particles. They are pen. I call them pen. Protons, electrons, and neutrons. Now, this must be noted. For a neutral atom, what's a neutral atom? An atom without a charge. The proton number is same as what? The electron number. What did I say? For a neutral atom, the proton equals the electron. Now, that's for that. And for this question, we did not see any form of statement that they said that this particular element is charged. So we use our initiative to know that it is a neutral atom. It is what? A neutral atom. Now, moving further to the explanation class. Now, what did I say Z is? I called Z atomic number, also called proton number. So what is the question asking us to get? Its proton number is, we don't have to solve, just watch. Okay, that means they're asking us to get the atomic number. Its atomic number is, and we already know that atomic number is same as proton number. And they gave us something in this question, a very important information, which is the electron number. And the electron number is what? 82. And what did I say just now about a neutral atom? Proton number equals electron number. Okay? Proton number equals electron number. So, since my electron number is 82, what then becomes my proton number class? 82 as well. Do you understand? Because it's a neutral atom. And moving over to this particular question, and they are asking us specifically what's the atomic number. And what did I say initially? Atomic number and proton number, they are the same. So definitely the atomic number becomes 82. So the answer to this question is 82. I believe it's clear now. So moving over to the next practice question, which is methane is a member of the homologous series called. Okay, now homologous series, they are family of organic compounds that have the same property. Okay, now basically this must be noted. How do we know element that they are in the same homologous series? It's very easy. You just check their parent name on their or their ending name. Let's use that word. Now, are you not seeing I said methane is a member of the homologous series? What's the letter? What are the letters that ended methane? A-N-E. So should methane be under the family alkene? Should methane be under the family alkene? No, because methane ended with A-N-E. Should methane be under the family alkynes? No, because methane ended with A-N-E. And lastly, should methane be under the family alkanes? Yes, because methane name ended with A-N-E. And alkanes, their name ended with what? A-N-E as well. So methane is a family under the alkane series. Okay, and alkanes are also regarded to be called paraffins. This must be noted. But while alkynes are also called acetylene, and alkenes are also called olefins. This must be noted. Should I say methane is an alcohol? No. Do you understand? Something that should be an alcohol should be something like methanol. You get the name of that compound should end with the family name. Do you understand? So methane can never be an alcohol. So that's for that. So I believe it's clear now. So what becomes the answer to this question? Option C as well. So let's go over to question number 3. And question number 3 says oxidation is the process of. So they are asking us what is oxidation. Now this must be noted. This particular question is from the topic redox reaction. This particular question is from the topic what? Redox reaction. What's redox reaction? Redox reaction is a reaction in which the oxidation and the reduction halves of that reaction occurs together, occurs simultaneously. And definition of, now you can see from redox, I can actually bring two words. I can bring reduction out of red and ox, I'll bring what? Oxidation. So they are asking us to define oxidation. Now, oxidation as a process can be defined based on different definitions. Are you getting me now? This must be noted. Now, what I'm trying to say here is this. Now, how do you think we answer this question? Very easy. We have different terminologies to which we define these two guys, which are reduction and oxidation. And the one of them is electron, which you can see here, and the other is hydrogen. We have other terms to which we define these processes. We have defining them based on electron, based on hydrogen, based on oxygen, and also based on electronegativity and also electropositivity. But let's focus on what we are having here, because this is a JAMB past question. It might come out in your exam, so you have to pay attention and know how it's solved. Very easy. So what do we do next? We have to understand the definition. So let's learn how to define oxidation and reduction based on electron to see if we are correct. Do you understand? Please watch closely. It is very, very easy. So first of all, how do we define oxidation and reduction based on electron? Now this must be noted. This is something you should know. To define it, we use this acronym OIR-RIG. Please take note. What did I say? OIR-RIG. Now O here signifies oxidation, where the arrow here signifies reduction. What are we interested in? Is it oxidation? Yes. But with this opportunity of solving this question, I will just define all of them so you understand perfectly what I'm talking about. So what's oxidation? Oxidation is, I here is, and this L means loss. Do you understand? So when we want to define oxidation based on electron number, we simply say oxidation is loss of electron. Oxidation is loss of electron. Oxidation is loss of electron. This must be noted. I believe it's clear. Oxidation is loss of electron. So definitely let's look for the option that has loss of electron in it. Option B is loss of electron. So actually there should be an option E to this question. So let's say option E is option, I'm already saying the answer already. Option, let's say option B and option D. That's option E. The reason I'm doing this is this. Just take note of this, class. Now, oxidation based on electron is loss of electron, but based on hydrogen is removal of hydrogen. Do you understand? Removal also means loss. Do you understand? When you are removing hydrogen, you are losing hydrogen. So definitely is loss of hydrogen. Are you getting the point? So this must be noted. So for reduction definition is the opposite of what I just said. So for this one that is loss of electron, what become reduction according to electron? Gain of electron. What become reduction according to hydrogen? Gain of hydrogen. Addition of hydrogen. I believe this is clear to you. It's very easy. So the answer becomes option E. So question number 4. Question number 4 says the empirical formula for benzene is. What's the empirical formula? Empirical formula is the simplest form a compound can exist. Do you understand? The simplest form that compound can exist is what we call empirical formula. And everybody knows here that the chemical formula for benzene is C6H6. So should this be the empirical formula? No. Should this be the simplest form we can actually get benzene? No. I can break it down. So you can see 6 can go into 6. We'll divide them. We'll break them down. Definitely we'll get what now? C1H1. I believe I understand what I'm saying, because C6H6 is not the simplest form benzene can occur. So we have to break it down to the smallest form, and the answer becomes option C, because C1H1 is same as CH. Do you understand? So this is the empirical formula for benzene. Benzene is an aromatic compound. Do you understand? So, and also benzene is also regarded to be called phen. That is why when an hydroxyl group is added to a benzene structure, we call it phenol. But homeopathically is called hydroxyl benzene. So this must be noted. So let's progress to question number 5. And for question number 5, it says a polymerization reaction is one in which, very easy, polymerization. Poly has to do with many things coming together to form something that is large. Do you understand? So basically this reaction is, the bringing together of smaller molecule, okay, bringing together of small molecules. We use the word molecules here to form what we call giant molecule. Do you understand? Giant molecule. We have different polymers. Do you understand? We have different polymers in chemistry. Okay, that's for that. So question number 6 says, if an organic compound decolorizes bromine water, then the compound is likely to be what? Please take note. Take note. This must be noted. For you to be able to decolorize bromine water is a reagent. We use it to test for organic compound. When this set of organic compound decolorizes bromine water, that organic compound, that group of compounds, they are unsaturated. They are what? Unsaturated. Though there are reasons to which a compound is unsaturated. Go watch it out on my organic chemistry video, which I'll still put here in the description. So after watching all of these videos, make sure all of these questions as I solve them, make sure you go to other videos and watch them to learn different aspects in chemistry I've solved. For stoichiometry, I've made that part very easy. So make sure you go watch that video lesson. So that's for that. What did I say? For you to be able to decolorize bromine water, you must be unsaturated. Option B. I believe it's clear now. So question number 7 says, which of the following compound and elements would sublime on exposure to atmosphere? Very easy. First of all, we have to understand what the word sublime means. Actually, it is in the form of a process called sublimation, and sublimation is a process whereby a solid substance changes directly into gaseous state. Now, the point I'm trying to make here is this. Now, we have different substances, different elements that can actually sublime, like likes of camphor, like likes of benzoic acid, like likes of naphthalene, like likes of iodine. All of these sublimes. So let's check. For what I just said, if it's in the option, I think I said iodine, so iodine should be the answer. This is the guy, this is the element that would sublime. So that's for that. So question number 8 says, the general formula of an alkyl halide is what? First of all, you have to understand what's an alkyl group and also what's an halide. whenever we hear the word halide in chemistry, we symbolize it with X, letter X, and alkyl is symbolized as arrow. Please take note. So alkyl halide should be RX, but to be specific, this arrow we are looking at, it has its own general formula, and it is CnH2n plus 1. Please take note of what I'm saying. So with this information gotten, I can actually remove this arrow and put what I just said, CnH2n plus 1 X. So this is an alkyl halide. Alkyl is arrow and halide is X. So RX, but arrow specifically is CnH2n plus 1. This is how you, when you see, because this is a JAMB pass question, make sure you take note of them. They are very, very important. So that's for that. So question number 9 says the flame used by welders in cutting metals is called oxyacetylene flame. Oxyacetylene flame. Now, whereby question number 10 says, which of the following is a basic salt? For we to know a basic salt, we will see the presence of OH, called a hydroxyl group. Please take note, hydroxyl is different from hydroxide. So when we see the hydroxyl group in the compound, we know it is a basic salt. This does not have OH, this has OH, this does not have, and also this option D is called double salt. So it is option B that is the answer. Well, all right guys, so let's move further to the next practice questions. Okay guys, moving further, let's get into the next practice question, which is question number 11. And the question says the structure of benzoic acid is, now it's very easy. Looking at all of these structures, we have to know which one is benzoic acid. Now, as I'm seeing them, I already know the answer to the question. Okay, now you can see that the name ended with an acid. Now you have to understand all of them without these groups, they are called benzene, except this option D, which is two benzene coming together and is called naphthalene. Remember I said in this video that naphthalene sublimes. Naphthalene can change from being solid directly to a gas. Do you understand? So let's leave that aside because this can never be the answer. So the answer is going to be from option A to option C. So which is called benzoic acid. Now this must be noted. Let's start with option C. A benzene structure with an NH2 group. A benzene structure with an NH2 group, they call it aminobenzene because this NH2 group is regarded to be called amine, and when it's attached to a benzene, they call it amino. And aminobenzene is also called aniline. Aminobenzene is also called aniline. Now, moving over to option B. Now, a benzene structure with a CH3 group. Now, the CH3 group, they call it methyl. So, what do we call this? We call it methylbenzene. And methylbenzene is popularly regarded to be called toluene. Whereby, lastly, this is a benzene structure, and this one is called, okay, an alkanoic acid, or we can as well call it a carboxylic acid. From the word acid, definitely this is the benzoic acid. Do you understand? So all of these must be noted. It's very, very important. So let's get into question number 12, which is an element, an example of a polysaccharide is, they're asking now which of them is a polysaccharide. It is starch. Starch is a polysaccharide. And to be precise, it is a structural polysaccharide. Now, in the field of nursing, medicine, or biochemistry, polysaccharides can be either structural or storage. So, starch is a structural polysaccharide. That's for that. So, let's get into question number 13, which says, which of the following substance is a mixture? Very easy. Is sulfur a mixture? Forget about the powder you're seeing here. Sulfur is an element. Do you understand? So it's not a mixture. An element is different from a mixture. Now let's leave option B and go distilled water. Water is a compound. Do you understand? And option D, ethanol is a compound. So this is the mixture. Bronze is the mixture. Bronze is a mixture of two important metals, which are copper and tin. Copper and what? Tin. This must be noted. Now, moving further, let's get into the next question, which is question number 14, which says, dash gas burns with a pale blue flame and makes a pop sound when burning. It is hydrogen gas, H2. Now, question number 15 says, a basic soluble hydroxide is regarded to be called an alkali. This must be noted. Okay. Question number 16 says, the noble gas argon the noble gas argon is used for is the electric arc welding. Is it still welding or underwater welding? It is underwater welding. Please take note of this. This is a JAMB past question. It's very important. You should take note of it. Now, question number 17 says the shape of these respectively are, so this is carbon dioxide, CO2, this is water, and this is methane. We have to know their shape. Now we have ways to actually draw them, but please know them. CO2 is linear with a bond angle of 180 degrees, whereby for water has a bent shape, or we can say V shape, and whereby for methane it has a tetrahedral shape. So the shape is tetrahedral. Do you understand? With the bond angle of about 105.9 degrees or 105.28 minutes. Question number 18 says that gas has a rotten smell and turns lead ethanoic paper black. It is hydrogen sulfide, H2S. Now let's get into the next question, which is question number 19. It says Millikan's contribution to the development of the atomic theory is what? He brought about please take note, his full name is called Robert Andrew Millikan. He brought about the charge of an electron using the oil drop experiment. Please take note about that, the charge of an electron using the oil drop experiment, whereby for 20 says cancerous growth are cured by exposure to, all of these are rays, and let me tell you their names. Like this one that you're seeing like this is called gamma ray, this is called beta ray, this is called alpha ray, and this is called X-ray. Now X-ray was discovered by a scientist called Wilhelm Röntgen, okay, like that. Now please take note, cancerous growth are cured by the exposure to gamma rays. So that's for that. So question number 21 says phosphorus is stored underwater to prevent it from catching fire. Please take note that. Now question number 22 says ethanol is what? Ethanol actually is a monobasic acid. Do you understand? Ethanol is a weak acid. Specifically, it is monobasic. Very easy. Now, let me explain. This is the structure of ethanol. This is the chemical formula for ethanol, CH3COOH. So when we break ethanol, when we dissociate ethanol, this is what we get, CH3COO minus plus H plus. And what did we say about basicity of an acid? Go watch it on my video lesson. I already have a full video lesson that explains all of these, which is basicity of acid, acidic base in the topic the pH concept, and it's going to help you greatly. So at the end of breaking ethanoic acid, you can see it here, we had this and also we had this. Now what's basicity of an acid? This is the number of replaceable hydrogen ion in one molecule of an acid, meaning that after we break that acid, after we dissociate the acid, how many H plus are we to get at the end? So in this context for CH3COOH called ethanoic acid, we always get one H plus. That is why I said it is monobasic. Please take note, when you see this in your exam, the answer is one, monobasic. So that's for that. Let's get into the next question, which is question number 23, and it says the formula CH2O is regarded as. Now this is very easy. Now, when I see questions under this aspect, my mind will come to the concept of empirical formula, because this I'm saying now is an empirical formula because it is the simplest form this compound can exist. I cannot break this thing further. Do you understand? I cannot break it. So this is an empirical formula. So the answer to this question is option B. So I believe it's clear now. So let's get into the next practice question. All right, guys, let's get into the next practice question, which is question number 24. And it says, the substance used for vulcanization of rubber is, please take note, anytime you hear the word vulcanization, the substance used for this process is sulfur. Specifically, it's not just a substance, but rather an element. Do you understand? Which is sulfur. Now, the next question is, a catalyst increases the rate of a reaction by providing a path that, this is a JAMB question, by providing a path that, please take note, decreases what we call activation energy. Please take note, whenever we have a catalyst increasing the rate of reaction, it decreases what we call activation energy. Remember, catalyst increases the rate of reaction, and in biology, this term we call catalyst can be called an enzyme. So that's for that. So let's get into the next question, which is, what substance dries all gases? It is silica gel. Silica gel dries all gases. Next question. The term used to describe compounds that lose so much water from the atmosphere, when exposed to the atmosphere, they are regarded to be called deliquescent substances. Okay, they are called deliquescents or deliquescent substances actually, but the process is called deliquescence. Do you understand? Now, this reaction we are seeing here, it's a reaction that explains what we call artificial transmutation. This topic is on the topic on my YouTube channel, which I already have a video lesson on it, which is radioactivity, and this is called artificial transmutation. I'm going to explain. Artificial transmutation is very easy. It's a process whereby you change something that is not radioactive to something that is radioactive. Now, everybody watching this video right now can attest to the fact that sodium 2311 is not a radioactive element. It is non-radioactive in this case. But whenever we bombard a non-radioactive element like this guy now with neutron, it must give us something that is radioactive, which is Na2411. So this will tell you Na2311 is non-radioactive, whereby Na2411 is what? Radioactive. Please, the process is called artificial transmutation. This must be noted. So let's get over. Do well to watch the full video lesson on my YouTube channel on the topic radioactivity. I already have the video lesson. I'm going to put the link in the description of this video so you can access it as well. So the basicity of this guy is still ethanoic acid. What did we say earlier? I said it is 1 monobasic. We said that. Go watch the video. I'm going to put the link also here. So next, let's get over to the next practice question, which is question number 30, and it says, what is the pH of 0.01 mole per dm cube of sodium hydroxide? First, they asked us to get pH, but they gave us a base. What do you think we should do first? Very easy. I believe you already know the 4 formulas important for solving questions under the pH aspect or the pH concept. And the first one is pH is equal to minus log into bracket H plus. After that, anything that happens to pH must happen to pOH, and pOH is dealing with base, so minus log into bracket OH minus. I believe you are getting. Now next, pH plus pOH is equal to what? 14. I believe you understand this as well. And next, H plus times OH minus is equal to 1 times 10 raised to the power of minus 14. So these are the 4 formulas you should take note of. So what are they asking us for? Is it not pH? Yes. But please, let's be very careful. What they gave to us was a base. So what we have to look for first is calculating pOH. After we've calculated pOH, we then convert to pH. Now, I already have a full video lesson on this on my channel. It's very easy. Now, I'll explain again. They said calculate pH. I know. But what they gave to us, the parameter given to us was for a base. So we'll look for the base aspect first, which is saying pOH is equal to minus log into bracket OH. And what's the OH value? You can see it here. It is 0.001 mole per dm cube. So what do we do next? We simply say minus log into 0.001 mole per dm cube. We have gotten 3. Okay, 3 is the pOH now. Okay, 3 is the pOH. I know some persons, when they've solved up to this part, they'll just put option D as the answer. No, it is not. We have to make sure we get our pH according to the question. And which formula do you think we'll use to solve it? Formula 3, which is pH plus pOH is equal to 14. So what do we do next, class? Very easy. We'll make pH subject. So pH will now be equal to 14. This guy comes here minus. Are you getting the point? So what becomes pH, class? 14 minus pOH, and pOH is 3. 14 minus 3, that is 11. Okay, so the answer to this question becomes option C. I believe it's clear now. And 31 says, if the silver mirror test is positive, it indicates the presence of. Class, please take note, whenever the silver mirror test is positive, it's all these are JAMB questions, so please take note. As you hear, make sure you note them. Okay, whenever we have a silver mirror test and it tests positive, it indicates that the compound that was present is called an alkyne, but to be specific, a terminal alkyne, because we have different types of alkynes. Okay, we have conjugated alkynes, we have terminal alkynes. So but for these, it is terminal alkyne that will give positive test to the silver mirror test. Are you getting the point? So please, all these must be noted. So let's get over to the next group of questions. Okay guys, let's get over to the next question, which says U23592 to give us TH23190 plus question mark. This question mark signifies what they are asking us to get for. So they are asking us to identify what should be here. It's very easy. Okay, now the way this is a reaction, and this reaction is simply called a nuclear reaction. A nuclear reaction is different from a chemical reaction. Okay, this is a nuclear reaction, and they gave us the left hand side and also the right hand side. Now, from the word reaction, the reaction must be balanced. Okay, now in this context, the reaction is not balanced, so we have to balance it. And how do we do that? Very easy. That's what I'm about teaching you on how you can do that. Now, to balance this type of reaction, your up values goes together, whereby the down values goes together. I don't want to use the terminology like superscript, subscript, so it don't be difficult for you to understand. I want you to understand it. That's why I'm using all of these simple terms. The up values should go together or correspond, whereby the down value should also correspond. This is what I mean. Now, in the left hand side for the up part, what do we have? 235. This part, this side must be equal to this side. So here is 231 already. What do you think I should put up to make sure it is balanced? That's the question you asked me. What do you think I should put up to make sure that it's balanced? If I put 231 plus 4, what is that? 231 plus 4, class. 231 plus 4, what's that? It's not 235, so the up part is balanced. So here should be 4. Okay, 231 plus 4, that is what now? For that's 235. So we are okay with this. Are you getting me now? And also, here is 92, here is 90. What do you think I should put here to make sure that here is 92? I should put 2 as well. And this I'm forming is a radiation, and they call it the alpha radiation, which is symbolized as He42. I already have video lessons that explains all of this from the scratch. This basically is on the topic balancing nuclear reactions, which I already have. I'm going to put the link here in the description box so you can go watch the full video lesson and learn the rudiments to which it works. This is a radiation. How do I even know that this should be the radiation? I know because I've read it. Do you understand? I've read it before. Moving further to the next practice question, which is question number 35, it says, production of graphite industrially is by a process called Atkinson process. This must be noted. Whereby 36, extraction of sulfur is by a process called the Frasch process. Whereby the next practice question, which is 37, says, the main ore for aluminium is simply called bauxite. Okay, it's called bauxite. This must be noted. Whereby the next question is 38, and it says manufacture of petrol from coal is by a process called the Bergius process. Okay, Bergius process. And the next question, which is 39, says the alloy used for making permanent magnets is simply called alnico. This is the alloy. Whereby the last question, which is the alloy for making aircraft, is simply called duralumin. So all these must be noted. So we've come to the end of this video lesson where we've successfully solved 40 chemistry questions that you may likely see in the JAMB exam. So please take note of all of these said and do well to practice more questions. Thanks for watching.